Alright, in this video we're going to take a look at using the PDF reader and notes inside Zotero. The nice thing about Zotero is it's not just a citation manager. That's its primary purpose. It is, but what it can do is be a robust research organizer and notebook. So let's go ahead and jump in. So I have the ones I saved in the last video here, Lyndon Johnson in Vietnam, and here's the PDF. And if I double click on that, I can open it up, and here's the PDF reader. And you can see now I got two tabs, one for my library, one for this PDF. Now, if you don't see these sidebars, all you need to do is click there and open it up. And on the other side, you can either click the one for your metadata regarding the citation information of your article, or you can click on the notebook. And you can see here we have no notes. All right. When we go back to my library, we can also see that there is a note tab here, and there are no notes there as well. Let's go ahead and add a note. All right, and with the note, you add it, and you can see now it appears under our Lyndon Johnson in Vietnam one. This is a good note. And in here, we can see the list of them as they go. If you want to delete them, you can click the little minus button. You can right-click on it over here and hit move to trash. However you want to do it. You can also take it and move it to a different item if you want. While you're in here, you can go ahead and change the format. You get different headings, bold, italics, underline, strike through, all kinds of different things. You can change the text color. You can highlight it. It's exceptionally worthwhile piece of text you want. You can link to other things. And you can insert citations. So if this is actually a citation from, say, Captive of a Scientific Technological Elite, you can go ahead and insert that citation by clicking that. You can also come down to the bottom here and you can add tags to your notes, and you can also add related. So if you wanted to point out to that this is related to this one, you can say that. And now here it is connected. And if we come here, so we got no notes, but under related, we can see that this is a good note is related back to this spot. All right. Now, you can highlight that all, remove it. There we go. Now, if we go back to our PDF here, we'll see now we have a note listed here, and we can adjust the size of this by dragging it over. And we can click into it, and we can edit it right inside of our PDF reader. Now let's go ahead and scroll down a little bit, and let's go ahead and pretend we're reading this. And oh, this is some good information here. I want to save this for later. Let's go ahead and highlight that, and now you see it appears over here on the left. All right, so here we have it. We can click. That puts a little box around it for us. We can see, and if we want, we can add a comment to it. Now, if you add tags to this, these tags stay within the PDF. All right, so it isn't going to work with the tag feature that we had before. Let me move my head out of the way. And we have these down here. They don't connect that way. All right, it's only for when you're actually in the PDF that these tags will work. So you might, the tags will be unique to the PDF you're in. So only tag them, I don't know how you would want to do it. I don't really use them in here, but just keep that in mind. They're not going to be moved into the actual tagging system of Zotero. We can come down here and, okay, yeah, Berry Goldwater, let's highlight that. And then we can choose a different color for it. We'll make that red. And you can see here it changes the colors on the edge of each note on there. We can also go down to a different page here. Oh, let's just add a sticky note to this. And I can just, now if I want, I can move that around however I want. And now it's just a sticky note attached to that. If you had images, or maybe you want the capture the exact way it is, you can do the screenshot. And you can just highlight it like that. And then here you go, you can see page 101. There is just a screenshot of the exact text as it was exactly here. And you can still add comments and tags to that. Now, one thing, when you click on the little three dots here, you can change the color of your highlight, but you can also edit the page number. Now, each database and publisher is different. In this case, we can see that it says we're on page 102. This is page 100. And if we click on it, we can go back to page 100 and we can see here it matches. All right, it matches that. All right, but sometimes the PDFs get numbered according to the number of pages in the PDF rather than the journal itself. So we can see up here it says it is 2 of 14, but we're on page 101 of the actual journal. Now it could say 2, even though we're on page 100. All right, and then that's what that edit page numbers for. So that way, if you want to know exactly where it was in the journal, because by highlighting these, I'll show you how to do this in a minute. We can add them to notes, so later we can import direct quotes that we've highlighted into our writing in Microsoft Word or Google Docs. To do that, we need to make sure that the page number is correct so it cites it correctly. So make sure that it does match what it says it does. Other than that, that's all we really need to do with these. Now, if you get enough of them, you can search them. If there are a table of contents, you can click this button here and see that. All right. And then if you just want to see the pages of the PDF, you can click there. Now, over on the right, I said before, was notes. All right. Under item notes is notes specifically attached to this PDF, to this reference that we've saved. All right. Under all notes, this is all the notes in our database, in our Zotero database, regardless of what item it's attached to. So because this is the only note I have, there are no other ones here. To add a note, I should point out, and just in case I don't remember if I did or not, these are stuck in here for now. All right. We can't do anything with these while they're in here. They're just PDF annotation and highlights. All right, and if we click the mine, we still see we only have this as a good note, that single thing. None of those highlights or anything are actually pulled out of that PDF yet. To do that, so we can cite them and direct import them into Microsoft Word later, we need to click the plus button here. And it gives us two options: add item note from annotations. Now let's start with this add item note from annotations, because all it does is it pulls every single thing that you highlighted, took screenshots of, typed over here in the left bar, and puts it into one single note. And it calls it annotations. Now, this is fine if that's what you want. You just want a summary of everything you've done. You can do that. And now we see we have two notes here. And if we go back to my library, here's our annotations right here. All right, and that's what that does. Now, if we change our mind, we can right click and hit move to trash, and now it's gone. Over here, it is also gone. What I usually like to do is just do a single add item note. And it just gives us a blank note. But I can come over here and I can click on one of these and drag it over and drop it in. Now you see here it actually is still linked. Gives us the citation page information. Gives me my little comment I made. And if I want, I can go ahead and add more comments. All right, and if I want, I can even say, oh, it's related to this quote as well. Now, I'll point this out real quick. You see I have some typos. All right. When they do PDFs, they call it OCR, optical character recognition. And basically it's a machine, a piece of software that goes through and identifies the words here so you can find them through searching. Otherwise, a PDF is nothing more than an image, just like a picture. All right. But sometimes the OCR is incorrect. And we can see here that presidential is wrong. All right. It's got a space in there and it shouldn't. We can edit it right there like that, and so it's not going to be a problem. We missed the highlight of the A, so we can add that. But if you come over here and you right click on this, you can click edit highlighted text. All right, and here we can see where it's wrong, and so we can tell it right here that that should be together, and there should be an A there. There we just missed the highlight, but and then you can save it like that, so the next time you drag it and drop it over, it's correct, and it will save it that way. That way you don't have to keep editing it every time you add that quote to a note. You can just edit it once, and no matter when you pull it over, it will be there. All right, so now if we want to just drag these around, we can grab the whole block of text. All right, we can also go ahead and just highlight it and remove it completely. But either way, when we go back, we see here's the quote. And if we come here, now we have it right here as well. All right, and this is important, like I said, because not only does it save it then to your library, making it searchable, so when you search for stuff, it will show up. And as I showed in the other video, we can make those notes related. So I can click in here and come down to the bottom and relate it to another note and connect my ideas together, or other people's ideas through different articles. But we need them to be separated for when we want to import direct quotes into our writing without having to constantly jump back and forth. Now, remember, when we do this, and I'll show you in the next video when we look at Microsoft Word and Google Docs, whatever is in this is what's going to appear in Google Docs and Microsoft Word. So I have great and I have add more comments. Those are going to import with it. Now I can edit them in there. It's not a big deal, but it isn't going to just import the quote. All right, it's going to import whatever's in this note. So that's how you do notes. Now you can do the same thing here. You can open up this one and you can see now we have 3 tabs. And it's the same concept. You see now here in our item notes, we have no item notes, but all notes, we have our other ones from the Lyndon Johnson article. And we can scroll down and we can go ahead. Okay, well, that's too much there. That's not what I wanted. There we go. We'll make that green. And there we have it. And now you can come over here and add item note. And just drag and drop it over. And there it is. All right, I don't need that, though. So there we go. Unlink is going to break this from being attached to this. All right, so this is made so that way whenever we're at, we can just click on it and we can hit show item or edit citation and it will pull us up to this part in the PDF. If we break that link, it will no longer be able to do that. And if we come back here, here it is. There's their quote, our highlight. And then that's how you go about saving them all in here and organizing your research. Now, another nice thing about notes is you don't have to have them attached to an item. You can go ahead and just create a standalone note all by itself. And there we go. And then that one exists all by itself. It's not attached to anything. And you can still add tags to it. So maybe you just want to make a reminder for yourself to do something. You can do that and you can give it the tag of reminders, right? And when we move my head, we can see here's reminders. And then here, this is the standalone note reminder. All right. And so those are some different things you can do. Now, if you want your text bigger, you can see mine's a little bigger than probably yours. You can come up here to font size and select bigger, smaller to make the size bigger. All right. You can also go to view, layout, and you can do a stacked view. So it's like this versus on the side. I have a bigger screen because I'm not using a laptop, so I actually prefer it on the side. I like them side by side. You can adjust all your widths. The other thing you can do is you can add an item. If you know, in the previous one we showed you how to do citations through the web clipper or the browser. But you can just go ahead and click add, a book section, and then type all the information in by itself. All right, and then you can do that for pretty much any source that they have here. for whatever it is, artwork or whatever. You can also click the magic wand button here, and if you have an ISBN or a DOI, you can paste it in there, and it will search through various databases online to find the metadata information. So maybe your instructor gave you a physical paper copy of something you were supposed to read, and you see there's a DOI. You can just type it in there, and now it's in here. It will not go automatically find the PDF for you. You would have to do that. Or scan it in and attach it, but you can automatically add them. And if you just want to add a copy of a file, you can just attach your own copy of a file. You don't even have to have it connected to a citation reference. So that's the end of this video. The next video, we're going to dive into Microsoft Word and Google Docs.